see. Whitney is we can't hear her. She can hear us. So she's gonna type her responses, and I will read them, or someone else can read them. Yeah, we're recording. I just was telling the teacher she's gonna watch. So. Oh no, I recorded. Sorry, it's on. I'll do it. It's fine. Okay, no, it's totally good. So, Kelsey, you want to introduce yourself, and then we can get started.
Okay, I'm Kelsey Lawrence.
Hi.
Say anything?
I'm Lexi.
And I'm Megan.
And
there's Whitney.
All right. So, Whitney, do you want to type your responses, and I'll ask Megan, Megan first, and then we can see. I'll read what you're saying. Megan, what did you think of the video?
Just in general, or?
Well, no, sorry, there's a question. I'll go to it.
First one, I think it was talking about what threats he mentioned.
Yeah, what threats?
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I kind of like that he talked about other things besides like focusing on just abortion and gay marriage and stuff like that. And so one of the things he addressed was like poor family situations and let's see what else. Oh, checking your religion out the door was a big one that he talked about. So those are some of the main ones I noticed.
Cool. What about you, Megan? Or Megan? Sorry, what about you, Kelsey?
I really liked the whole. Oh, sorry. Do I go?
Hang on. Let me read these from Whitney. Whitney said that she thought that those were very prominent because they're something. It went away. Actually, I think the instructor can read those because she's watching the video.
Yeah, I saw them.
Okay, we should be good then.
Okay, it'll work out.
Okay, so should I go?
Yeah, go ahead, Kelsey. Sorry.
So I really like the idea of checking or not checking your religion at the door. Sorry. I'm taking a social work class too, and there's a lot of things that I don't know, that are kind of conflicting with like church beliefs, like gay marriage and things like that. And in fact, one of the case studies we had to figure out how to help a family that had this girl had two dads, and so I just kind of thought it was interesting. I don't know. It kind of testified to me that like, because this girl was having problems, she was being bullied, and I just can't imagine having two dads. And so I just kind of talked about how, you know, we believe in marriage between a man and a woman, and about how, you know, she needs a mom around. Like being a 16-year-old girl, she needs a mom around too, not just her two dads. And so I don't know. I think in that way, I wasn't like necessarily being offensive or anyway, but I wasn't checking my religion at the door. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
So it's a balance. I feel like it's hard to not be offensive, but also talk about what you believe in and what you find to be true.
Absolutely. Elder Holland, he mentioned that in his video. He mentioned that he came up with the raising of the teenagers as well. I understand that we have to follow those rules, but why do we have to make everyone else follow those rules? And like, to kind of say that and to portray it. I definitely agree with that. My thoughts on it were, I was thinking about kind of like what Megan said, like you mentioned some pretty much day-to-day things, but one of the things that stuck out to me was he was talking about how mad he was about the guy who said, you know, I checked my religion at the door, like almost pounded the pulpit, very Elder Holland style.
Yeah, it was so powerful. That was cool.
Yeah.
But then later on he said, I realized that in my anger, I checked my religion at the door because I allowed myself to, you know, let the contempt get to me and things like that. I think that's a very common way that we check our religion at the door is like, you know, we just kind of like that's probably one of the, you know, threats of Babylon is being self-righteous in our anger and or even, you know, our judgments or things like that. It can become very easy to that way towards others. So yeah. It is a great example of hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It's true. It's probably one of the hardest things about living the gospel is doing all the things right, and then when someone doesn't do the things right, being like, "You didn't do those things right."
Yeah.
rough. But sorry, I hate to like move along so fast. I'm just worried that
No, it's okay.
The next one is
What time do you have to leave?
I really need to leave in like the next 5 minutes. I'll try to stay like until 7, but I really gotta go. So the next question, there's something. Oh, judgmentally, yeah. It's like my worst thing. I'm such a judgmental person. How does Elder Holland's description of Babylon and Israel coincide with defending the doctrine of the family in these latter days? Whitney, do you wanna? A long one, just some deep thoughts. Really like what you said about how both the stories really come down. Okay, so it went away really fast, but I think what it said was in both of the stories, it just showed that people are like saying all is well when it's not really all is well. Is that kind of what you were? As long as we're sending our families around Israel, then all is well. Oh no, it is all is well. Okay, I see what you mean. Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with that. Especially like the threats and things that he mentioned, like that he wasn't going to go into detail about. Those are some really big ones where you really need to be centered on the family. Definitely agree with that. About you, Megan?
It's already talked about people like in the past had to flee all the time, but today we're not commanded to do that, and we're told to just stay where we are and make Zion where we're at. So I thought that was really interesting, that it's so much different. Like now we're staying and defending it rather than going somewhere else.
For sure. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. And all
Exactly.
That's where we'll stay. I love all that.
Yeah. So going off what she said, he says, we no longer think of Zion as where we are going to live. We think of it as how we are going to live. And I think that's really cool. We don't leave Babylon, but we can leave it figuratively by living a pure life.
For sure. Really good. Really good. What characteristics and attributes did Elder Holland expound on that will make us more effective family advocates? Oh, what about the question, according to what you've learned from Elder Holland's talk, what obligation? I'll just go look.
That was a good question.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one. So there's talking about the video with the reporter going and talking to the son. I realized halfway through that was a setup. I thought it was a real setup. I was like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. It's a setup. But I felt less awkward. But so the question is, with that video, what obligation, if any, do you have? What do you think, Megan?
I think if I was in that situation, I really don't know if I would do anything. Like if I saw that happen, I don't think I would intervene. And maybe that's bad, but like, I don't know. I would just see that interaction and just think that it's not really my place, just because that's like between that father and son. And if I was to say anything, I feel like it would just be really intrusive. But I think it's good to like stand up for what you believe when it's an appropriate, like when he's saying it's an I think you can stand up for it, but in that situation, I don't think I really have a place there.
I agree. I agree with both of you. I think there are places like, I think social media is a place where you can stand up, but I would say like a private conversation, whether it's a loud private conversation or not, in a restaurant is not the appropriate place. But I mean, maybe if like, I guess if someone comes to you, like the reporter did go up and ask them and talk to them, so I think that's but they were making before they I think it definitely depends on the conversation and like his members don't want to be, for sure, seeing it as overbearing and intrusive.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can do more harm than good by intervening too. people are like, oh yeah, you think you know, but you're not in the situation, so it's hard to make those calls.
And then it looks like you're trying to like push your beliefs on them, and you don't want to seem like you're doing that either.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, if you were a customer at this restaurant and observed this father-son exchange, what principles or attributes did Elder Holland teach that would guide your response? I guess that's kind of complicated because we all just kind of agreed that we didn't think that's the right place to do that. But I guess maybe if you weren't going to say anything, it would always be a good idea to just kind of, I don't know, offer comfort. But even then, still, that's an awkward situation to do that, especially where you don't know the family. It can be seen as kind of overbearing, like we talked about. I don't know what you guys think.
Something I thought that was interesting from that interaction, though, was like everyone around him was telling him that if you love your child, then you'll, go with it and try to get him to change. But sometimes guiding them because you're actually, concerned about what's going on.
For sure. What do you think, Kelsey?
Yeah, I don't really know what I would say or do. I mean, I probably wouldn't say or do anything. And if I have my own child in that way, I think it depends on the age of the child. I think if they're grown up, there's really only so much you can do, and love is more important, I think, than I don't know, any comment you could really say.
Does anybody else have anything they want to say? Because I kind of got to wrap it up and go.
I'm good.
No matter what, they have their agency, so I agree. Love is what we have to have. That is a beautiful way to end this conversation. Very well done, Lynn. All right. So just to summarize, we talked about. I'll do it. Just to summarize, we talked about Elder Holland's talk and how he talked about what the threats of the family are and how we kind of address them now, how it's different from when it was when Joseph Smith and the pioneers came and things. And we talked about the video of the confrontation with the son and the father and how we would respond and what are kind of effective ways to talk to people in those kind of situations. Anything else?
Nope,
Good.
That was great.
All
right, awesome, guys. I'm sorry that I had to make it so fast, but I really did.
It's all good.
I will post this, and we'll see you guys next week then.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.